Hi, I'm Zenzale. Welcome to my channel, Zen Aesthetic. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Welcome to Zen Aesthetic. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. In this video, I wanted to talk really quickly about three of the latest fragrances that I have purchased in the travel size that are new to my collection. Two of them are predominantly vanilla fragrances. One of them is actually a hair and body fragrance mist that has a note of vanilla in it, but is primarily supposedly a marshmallow fragrance. So I've had these three fragrances for a few days. So I have a good, healthy and accurate assessment of my feelings about them. So if you're interested in knowing what these three fragrances are, keep watching. So I'm going to start with the Hair and Body Fragrance Mist. This is the latest from Ellis, Brooklyn, and it is called Marshmallows. So when I saw the promotional rollout for this on Ellis Brooklyn's IG account, I was so excited because marshmallows are really having a moment right now. I think beginning last year with Heavy Cream by Fleur, with the Candy Rock Sugar fragrance from Kayali. I'm sure there have been a bunch of other really wonderful, fluffy, lactonic marshmallow centered fragrances that came out as well. But I feel like this is continuing on into 2025, and I'm here for it. I personally love fluffy, creamy, marshmallow scented fragrances. And I was very excited about this one. Like I said, the first Hair and Body fragrance mist that I picked up from Ellis Brooklyn, because this is my second, is Vanilla Sin. So I will put a link to where I talked about this Hair and Body Mist on my channel. It's one of the first fragrances in my collection. I'm going to call it a fragrance, even though it's a Hair and Body Mist, with a note of dark cherry in it, which I'm not sure. I haven't watched a lot of reviews of this, but the dark cherry note in this fragrance is quite prominent. And I feel for a fragrance called Vanilla Sin, it doesn't really sort of describe the prominence of that dark cherry note. So I wouldn't necessarily describe Vanilla Sin as a super vanillic hair and body fragrance mist. And it is down here right now, so we're pretty much done with this. And I've had it for a while. I wear this primarily before bed. It's just really cozy and yummy and creamy, and I really, really enjoy it. It doesn't last super long. It's good for layering with other scents, but it's moderate in terms of longevity. I will say that I feel like Vanilla Skin has gotten deeper over time. I don't know, you tell me if you've experienced this with any hair and body fragrance mists that you own, whether these fragrances actually macerate or not. But I do feel like this one has gotten even better over time. So with Marshmallows, the one thing that I think it's important to know if you have not tried this yet and you're interested is that it is not actually a super marshmallowy hair and body fragrance mist. You're not getting a whole lot of marshmallow out of this Marshmallows hair and body mist. It's more for me the lemon and the peach skin and that at the top note that I get in the opening. So there's lemon, there is peach skin and marshmallow in the top notes. I forget what's in the mid notes. I'll put that up on the screen. I think there's jasmine in this. I know there's vanilla orchid. And in the base, I think there's like musk, milky musks, and amber, or something like that. It is so, so good. It does have the same sort of profile of creaminess and muskiness like Vanilla Sin does. Also, like Vanilla Sin, wonderful for the colder weather, like what we're in right now. It's just very cozy, but not at all reflective to me of the way that the visual promotion was put out. You know, you have this lovely model. I don't know who she is. She's very beautiful with eating fluffy marshmallows and like whipped cream on the end of a whisk. I mean, yeah, There's marshmallow in here, but I'm just saying, if you think you're going to get a whole lot of marshmallow in this, you're getting a little bit of marshmallow. You're mostly getting the lemon and the peach skin at the top, which I think is a genius set of notes for the top, because I get just this little bit of sweetness from the lemon. And before it goes tart or citrusy, it gets into the sweetness of the peach skin. And I just love that combination for the opening of this fragrance. Again, not at all what I expected, but oh my God. Oh, okay. So here's the other thing about marshmallows. To me, it gives me the vibe, the sugary vibe of Cirque du Soleil Lait de Parfum, the sugariness of that, if you've ever smelled it. Very similar in marshmallows, but without the popcorn note. I very much get that from this when I spray it on to my skin, that sugariness. And then I get that sweetness from the top. And then as it dries down, you get like the warm, ambery muskiness. So a kind of sensuality and coziness and just a comforting kind of vibe from this fragrance. I really have been enjoying it a lot. So the next fragrance I want to talk about is a vanilla fragrance that I've heard a lot of fragrance content creators here on YouTube talk about on their absolute favorite vanilla fragrances lists. And that is Ledda 18 Vanilla Nera. I picked up the travel size, and I just want to say how much I love this packaging. I don't know if this is, are we able to see this? It's just really beautiful, simple, just timelessly classic with the gold border and the gold lettering. It's just really beautiful. I just really love it. And for a travel size, it also comes in a really classy packaging as well. So the travel size comes in this really gorgeous luxe cream colored like leatherette pouch, sort of the kind of thing that you might see a expensive Cuban cigar in. And here is the fragrance itself. Gorgeous bottle, gorgeous juice, just gorgeous. So I'm very much into this packaging. The fragrance itself, I want to say that similarly to Ellis Brooklyn's Marshmallow Hair and Body Fragrance Mist, I had a different expectation. This is not a gourmand vanilla. This is a very different, unique, slightly challenging vanilla fragrance that demands a little bit more of your olfactory senses. It's not again created around sweetness and gourmandness. It's more got dry notes. It's got ginger. It's got cardamom in it, which for me on my skin really sings on my skin. So let me just tell you what the notes are for this fragrance. So the top notes for 18 Vanilla Nera by Ledda are sparkling bergamot, ginger, Nigeria SFE, and pink pepper SFE. The mid notes are olibanum resins, green cardamom, white floral bouquet, and the dry or base notes are vanilla tahitensis, SFE, patchouli Indonesia, and whipped musks. So I'm going to spray this on paper to give you what my first impressions of this fragrance were, because it's very different on paper to my nose than it is on my skin. I definitely get the ginger in the opening, slightly powdery. The cardamom comes through. It's warm. It's really nice. I mean, once you get past the fact that you're not gonna, this is not a gourmandy, sweet kind of vanilla fragrance, at least for me. Once my mind was able to get past that, I was very much able to appreciate what this fragrance really is giving. And it's really, really nice. Oh my goodness. But again, it took me a few days to really just sort of accept it for what it was and get past the fact that it wasn't going to be this super sweet vanilla kind of fragrance. And that even though it's called 18 Vanilla Nera, and I'm not sure what Nera means in the name of this, but It is really, really a nice fragrance. Now, on my skin, I like it even more. And I mean, let's face it, that's where it matters the most, right? So on my skin, I get the cardamom hard body, and I love it because the spiciness and the sweetness, oh my goodness. To me, it makes me think of a cardamom drink that we used to make when I was a girl with cider. So it's just apple cider with cardamom seeds, cinnamon sticks. You can put star anise in it, you can put clove in it, and it just brings out the cardamom so well. And it's just so perfect for this time of the year. And it really smells amazing on my skin. So good, so unique. I've not smelled anything like this. I don't have anything like this kind of vanilla in my collection, and I really, really love it. I'm so glad that I picked this up, and also so glad that I spent a few days with all three of these fragrances to really give you my actual honest take on these. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, it's on my skin that I really love this. On paper, it's good, but it's nothing like what I get when I smell it on my skin. This is where it really, really performs. And I haven't given this a proper wear. I haven't oversprayed it. I haven't worn it out. So I can't tell you what the longevity is like, but I will put this on a tray this season and follow up with you about more about how 18 Vanilla Nera performs. But overall, like I said, once I got past my expectations that this was just going to be like another sweet vanilla kind of fragrance, once I, got that out of the way, I was just like, oh, okay, okay, all right. This is a different kind of vanilla, and I absolutely love it. So, for the last fragrance I want to talk about that I recently picked up in a small decant because it's expensive, I want to talk about a fragrance that I mentioned in the video that I did at the beginning of this year, talking about fragrances that I want to try this year. And this is from Navitus. This is one of their recent releases at the end of 2024. This is Vanilla Eclat. And I got a decant of this from a place called Ledda. This is my first ever purchase from them. I was really glad to find them because I wasn't sure, since this is a new release from Navitus, whether I could get samples of it. So thank you, Ledda, for having this available. The main reason why I want to try this fragrance, other than the fact that it's called Vanilla Eclat, because obviously I'm a vanilla girly. My feelers are out for vanilla fragrances 365, 24/7. But when I read the notes of this and I saw the basmati rice in the top notes, I was utterly and completely intrigued. I was just like, I've only heard of a handful of fragrance content creators talk about fragrances with a rice note in it. To my mind, I can only think of Danam, which is a Vietnamese fragrance brand. I think that's the first one. So that's just two. That's that one and that's this one that mention rice notes in a fragrance. And my first thought was just like, what could that possibly be like? And how could that be recreated in a fragrance? So, this is the reason why I wanted to try Vanilla Eclat so badly. And I have to tell you right now, before I spray this again, they nailed it. Nailed it. The basmati rice note in this fragrance, it is like freaking artistry. I don't know how they do it. I don't It's just amazing to me that someone could sort of like isolate this relationship with the smell of basmati rice and so perfectly synthesize it in a fragrance like this. So without putting the notes up on the screen or reading them, which I will, I know the top notes are basmati rice, coconut milk, and there's one other note at the top, but I think it might be bergamot. I don't know. I'm going to put the notes up on the screen. But the opening of this, for me, to my nose, is basmati rice with spices cooked in coconut milk under a low flame. It is addictive. It is delectable. And at the same time, it's not delectable and addictive in the usual ways. It's not like Cirque du Soleil. It's not like Candy Rock Sugar by Kayali. It's a different, more nuanced, more personal, more intimate experience with basmati rice and coconut milk. I don't even got to spray this on a tester. I can smell it from the atomizer. It is so good. It's so warm and so yummy and soothing, and then also sexy at the same time. Like, who does that? Who thinks about that? So I know that this fragrance was created in collaboration with Christine, who is a fragrance content creator here on YouTube, and Provenzano is the last name of the perfumer that she worked with to create this fragrance, Vanilla Eclat. Let me read the notes to you now. So the top notes for Vanilla Eclat by Navitus are Sicilian bergamot, I was right, basmati rice, and coconut cream. The heart notes are Sri Lankan cinnamon, caramel, spices, and buttermilk. And the base notes are Sri Lankan sandalwood, Paraguayan guaiac wood, Madagascar vanilla, and amber. Just, just outstanding. Chef's kiss. Wow. Unbelievable. Just what? Sicilian bergamot, basmati rice, and coconut cream. These top notes are just fan freaking tastic. Perfect again for this time of year. Just cozy, warm yumminess and so unique. I don't know if there's any other fragrance out there like this. It is definitely full bottle worthy. This is on my full bottle wish list. I would say that out of these fragrances, this is a fragrance that I want to get a full bottle of. The Marshmallows Hair and Body Mist, I'm always good with this size. So I probably won't be picking, if I pick up another of this, it'll just be this size. Um, Vanilla Nera, I'm not so sure about getting a full bottle of that one. I have to wear it out, experience it a little more. I do love the way that it smells on my skin. It smells so darn good. But this Vanilla Eclat, child, just know that nobody else is going to be wearing anything like this. You won't, I just don't, I've never smelled it before. I've never smelled anything like it before. I think that when I was trying to compare it to anything else that I have in my collection, I know there's nothing else like this. There's nothing else like this. I'm just blown away whenever I smell this. The way that they have captured the wearability of it. Although I have to say, I don't even know where I would wear this to. It has a slight bit of leatheriness to it. So I think maybe something casual slash formal, evening-y, date night sort of situation. I don't know. At this point, I just want to smell it. I just want to smell it. And you can see it's pretty much way down past the halfway point in this little decant, and I need more. I'm going to need more. So, yeah, love this one. Absolutely recommend if you're intrigued by notes like this as I am. The coconut cream, the basmati rice, the bergamot. That's what you're getting up front, right in your face, right in your olfaction, maybe even your taste buds. It is so good. And then, of course, you're getting the Sri Lankan cinnamon in there that's mixed in the spices. The buttermilk is giving it this creaminess, has a slight powderiness. And then at the base, it's got that Madagascan vanilla and amber, I think it is. So good, so good. So, Christine, Provenzano, Mr. Provenzano, absolute masterpiece right here. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've tried any of these fragrances yourself and what you think of them, and if there are any vanilla fragrances that are slightly outside of the box and a little bit more challenging, unique interpretations in your opinion that you think that I should try, because I love vanilla and everything, but I also really, really welcome the opportunity to try vanillas that are outside of the gourmand box.